He has freedom to pick anything he wants to. If not, Ember would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the safe pick.
Keep it safe. And
It's always been. I always want this Huskar, but it's always just Ember.
yeah. It's like, you want magic resistance on a volatile hero or the hero that can play every minute of the game? Yeah.
One team tried to turtle for a good 20 minutes, 35 minutes in the first game, but wasn't able to do so. Kataomi. Let's see if Mira gets the shards.
There's a turnaround play, at least from Pure. The Rocket Barrage, the shards put Mira in a bad spot. GPK will be getting first blood for himself for the mid lane.
Not an easy. I think they also wanted to counterpick this lane, making their own lane also really strong, with Nightfall playing Abaddon. It's one of the better heroes overall against Centaur. Manto has Fairy Fire.
Yeah, Miro playing aggressive there, and they went for the dead shot off of Panto into Nightfall, so he couldn't immediately help with that aphotic shield. Just 69 for the moment. Panto. Some trouble.
I apologize, I didn't say nice immediately.
Save, tamed, but not killed just yet. Double Edge gets the kill on a Panto, though. That was pretty cool. Cute little move. Kataomi. Mira and Toronto Tokyo are here with a vacuum back and a blood grenade used. He's trying to survive, but can't. Rocket Barrage and the Snowball with the Ion Shell, so Pure took a lot of damage. He can't chase for anything in return.
Who's been pretty heavy in terms of stacking on the side, making sure that his offlaners going to be getting
Nightfall's in trouble.
First rotation.
He doesn't have level 6. Gets that aphotic shield. There's the
Gonna get him.
slight kill. Life's pretty easy with the
That
Ion
shot
Shell
did connect.
extra.
Ento as Whoopika.
4 heroes here. I mean, this is a tough situation to get out of. Ice Path lands, tame the beast for a split second, but the calling is down, the silence is there, and Kataomi will get the kill.
Get that extra bit of power, extra round of spells that they need. Miro, Stampede is available.
They don't have Walrus Punch or anything. They don't have Wheel of Wonder. He could walk to the edge of this and then use that Stampede, but the Snowball was okay. Now they've got the calling and the Ice Path dual breath. Mira's in trouble. Blood Grenade escape act. He'll be fine for now, as Miro actually commits to just leaving out, and Save, surrounded by 3 heroes, will be tamed and killed. Sees that you've stacked, and will take a stack for himself. Snowball, the calling, Wheel of Wonder, damage on a Nightfall, but he pops the borrowed time. They'll get the kill to Pure. They'll look over at Save, and that's the second. Nightfall with a double kill, but a turnaround chance. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, GPK, he's in with a shield rune. He's got a bit of a shield to work with before he becomes to a point where he's in trouble. But you don't like the potential 2% addition off Pierce the Veil?
Nah, not really. Kiyotaka is in.
Working Ice Path, Wheel of Wonder, but the damage all of a sudden is pretty heavy here. Oh, dead shot from Save. It sticks to its name. It's a shot that kills Kiyotaka, and Panto falls to Save too. But I believe they said the cosmetic was a nice $3,000 for that Tusk cosmetic. It was up there. Ball Lightning working in the wall. Impalement Art's gonna fly through. They'll go to the Snowball, the Wheel of Wonder. Ball Lightning in the Vortex to get the extra control to GPK. They get the code of the Ember Spirit. Now Miro's in. He's gonna have a lot of mana. He'll pop that pipe. Gyro not committing to this. And off to the side. Yeah, they want Kataomi. Kiyotaka's gonna get the kill with Nightfall.
Isolating the heroes.
Or Ball Lightning, you do have options. Or even follow-up, because it was the Ball Lightning into the Vortex after the Blink Walrus Punch, but you can...
They want to go
away.
Yaron uses the Blade Mail and Pipe. Kiyotaka's out of mana and half HP gone. He's still attacking him.
Ice Path, Hoof Stomp on a 3. Can they get the kill to Kiyotaka? He's low again. They just need a slight to burn him out. But he's on the run. He comes back. Sleight of Fist gets the kill to Kiyotaka. They look over for Toronto Tokyo. The chase is on for the Darkseer as they take Mira's life.
Oh, man, I love Kiyotaka. He makes the game so much more interesting. Goes in, loses all of his mana, loses his HP, attacking a Blade Mail target. I don't think the rest of the team is happy with what he... If he can get that on Gyrocop in the middle of a fight with Flak Cannon on, Kiyotaka
Side of fist searing chains and the blink hoof stomp, easy kill. Kiyotaka stuck inside the calling. Panto up onto the high ground, but there's the Tame the Beast that hits on a GPK. Sleight of fist searing chains, but the aphotic shield. Now the dead shot bounces it back into the hands of BetBoom Team.
Nice path.
They'll bring in Mira. They've got the ice path. They're going to want a snowball, but the BKB's been popped by Pure. Shard's not going to block Pure out either, but the BKB's going to end in a second. He's got to TP out the damage with the Walrus Punch, and Pure ends up dead. The buyback from Kiyotaka ends up being somewhat worth it with that kill, but now they look over at GPK, who's been silenced. Can they stop the TP? No, they can't.
Ooh, they don't get anything out of this buyback other than picking up a region rune. Save. He's surrounded by many illusions. Panto is going to find him.
Yeah. Deadshot's not going to save him. Panto gets that kill. We talked about it earlier. Kiyotaka not afraid to buy back.
Kiyotaka also not afraid to kill his own game, kind of. He's sitting at 8,000 net worth compared to some other...
For the moment, one of his better games this tournament, this game.
He had some of the slower ones. Sure.
BKB forced out. This could be a problem. Nice. They've got Walrus Punch at the ready. Miro waiting for his moment, vacuum back. Pure needs to run. The calling is there. That might have saved Pure's life, but everybody's here. Ice Path, borrowed time, as well as the damage needed from Kiyotaka to get that kill, who's not afraid with this Aegis. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but he's got the rest of his team with him. Deadshot will force him back. Ice Path lands on a Nightfall, but the Impalement Arts are there, slows him up for a second. Ranavetos on Amira. Kiyotaka still
get him in there.
Surge forward. He has an Aegis. He's not afraid. Snowball comes through. Walrus Punch on a Kataomi. He doesn't get an Ice Path off. Now they look over and save. Shards around him. Where do you go? You've pierced the veil, but they've pierced your base, and they're under the tier 4s, getting another kill. Kiyotaka with a double.
Might need to do the same thing here. Itemize it slightly differently. GPK, he's in.
Good shards on two. They've got the wall down. They've got the wall and the vacuum on both Pure as well as Miero. They're going to look at Save, who's in the Pierce the Veil. Silence, though, on a Nightfall. They've got him in the cart. They'll use the Stampede. They try to bring him out of the fight with BKB being popped by Pure. It's about to end, though. They've got the Vortex. They'll get the kill. They'll take out Pure. He's dead for 80 seconds. No buyback. They bought back, though, on Mira. They still get Pure and Katomi, and they should be able to get themselves an Aegis. Interactive gameplay, then they give them the voice on.
Yeah, you get EE. You get 50-50 gameplay coming out.
Fair enough.
Is going to TP in.
Vacuum back, and they've got him in the hitch ride. But there's the Vortex, the Walrus Punch. They both go up into the air, but Pure is getting chased by Nightfall. They'll use the Stampede. They get the kill on a Panto. They'll take out one. GPK doing the damage. Nightfall, though, with the borrowed time, he goes back to full. BKB's been popped by GPK. The call down is going to be a bit short from Nightfall, but they back away after they lose this Ringmaster. Sell those treads, get the Divine Rapier, and we will have a game. Kiyotaka, this Aegis is expiring. If anybody else is here, it could be a problem. However, no one else is here, and it's not a problem.
Do you think he's going to use I love this part? And there we have it. I'm talking too slow.
Yeah, you have to ask me before the fight happens. Or ask me how many times, once or twice. Lotus for save. This is one of the few times we're not seeing that Axon where.
Yes. Even though it could be very, very
Missile
good. In the card.
It's your ride. Late year used, and all of a sudden Nightfall. He's down low, but of course he's got the borrowed time, so they turn over the Sands of Time for Nightfall, bring him back to full. BKB's pop, they get the kill onto Save. Good force staff on a Pure. He's holding out for now. They'll buy back, though, on GPK as well as Save. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. The control is there on a Nightfall. Can they get the kill here on the Abaddon? Yes, they can. 90 seconds, no buyback. A Remnant forward. GPK looking for more options. They get the kill on Amira. And now Panto on the run into the Glimmer Cave. They're looking. Searing Chains, though, is there. And they've got themselves a third. Neither of these heroes have buyback. And all of a sudden,
he immediately jumps in. As soon as he sees two heroes, immediately in, uses a refresher, gets a second BKB off.
Uh-oh. GPK. They're all TPing over here. It's time to run. Kicked. And now, Abyssal locked down with the Rod of Atos. The Tame the Beast Sphere. They'll get the kill on a GPK. Taking out this Ember and most likely in a position of forced buyback.
They saw him.
The Watcher?
Watcher saw him.
Kiyotaka.
Kick.
Ooh.
Cart is
That
ready for him.
was really close. Pure
Shards are
side
very
the
good.
cart. So far, it was the Mind Breaker that saved his life for a moment, but now Pure starting to put the damage on Tamira. They get the kill on the tusk. They'll look over for more. Toronto Tokyo slowed up. He's got a homing missile coming his way. He'll surge the double edge, but slowed up is Miero, and they can't catch up to the Darkseer for the moment. The dead shot flies out. Even a wall
First,
used.
like,
Miero going
aggressively.
forward. Call down's gonna land onto Panto. Gonna pop that illusion. The chase as he tries to TP out. It will not
What a
be
play.
possible.
They're on the
Miero.
same page.
Right on
Bell immediately blinks out, gets picked up. Roshan may respawn in 2 minutes.
Oh. Pure? He's got Satanic, he's got BKB,
Yeah, he's got
but...
one more death to his name.
Oh!
Toronto Tokyo finds him Shiva's guard, reveals him where he is.
Gyro up in 14, didn't force his buyback, and one of the things, actually, I thought they were going to force his buyback, but he's holding it for the moment. Now they'll look over at Miero. They've gotten the pulling onto a couple of these heroes with Kiyotaka going in with the BKB pop by GPK. Now Kiyotaka pops his BKB, looks over for the Jakiro, but doesn't get it. He does not get that kill, but they'll still follow up with a kill on Miero. Tries to get out with the hitch a ride. Divine Rapier is going to be on him here. Does he have the damage to get the kill here into Toronto Tokyo? The kick away. He picked up the Divine, but he's kicked away from doing this damage. Shards blocked him out from continuing on Mira. They've got the escape back, so Mira's going to be safe.
21 galvanized charges. 7.2. He's going to be the one picking up the Aegis again. Every single time. Has to be one of the few times where Nightfall never got Aegis.
They find Mira. Snowball save, though, extending his life for the moment. The kick, though, puts Miero in a little bit of a bad spot. They go to the Stampede. They're right back on top of him. They get the kill, and they start to retreat on Aurora. A big, piercing dead shot in some of these fights that have been close quarters.
They see him.
Pointing in, goes to the refresher immediately, but gets silenced up by the calling that forces him to bop the BKB.
They
Go into the Kichirai. They get the kill on a Pure. He drops the Divine Rapier immediately. He doesn't have buyback. You said he bought out, but he didn't even get to refresh.
Now it's double Rapier Nightfall.
Jeez.
1,000 damage. This is game. There's no way without Gyrocopter.
GG. That's it. They call it. Aurora gonna take game number 1 over BetBoom Team on a fight that just sees 2 heroes die, but they took the Divine, and BetBoom Team knew that was it.
They had Observer, they had Centaur. I expected something more to happen with the one Divine Rapier on each carry, but the game pretty much ended. They caught him, punch, kick.
I like seeing the kind of the slight evolution of Kiyotaka. Again, don't want to get carried away because he's probably the next game going to resort back to old style, but 12-3 and 10, Nightfall win is a Baden. Like, we don't really see carry a Baden, but what now?
I mean, eventually it'll come to a point on the second or at 5 minutes, it'll be a free lane but that's not really a big issue. I think having the vision advantage and a way to deal with Kiyotaka.
Quite a few times it didn't pay off, and then you're like, okay, I guess the game is just over. But yeah, seeing him in a mid lane, 7-2 against 10-4 on Kunkka. Okay, Panto, he's in trouble. Does have Fairy Fire.
He'll eat the Fairy Fire, but Miero is here, and that's first blood for save. I will say one of the things that worries me about Kiyotaka is the fact that he's got a lifestealer on his team.
Not sure where his circlet is. I thought it might be on Mira, but he's not the one who has it.
Already a 1,000 net worth lead for BetBoom Team. I'm looking for the circlet. All of a sudden, Nightfall kind of in on this. Has some help. Has Panto and Mira here. Will look to go for save. And does have the damage to get the kill. And all of a sudden, Miero, he'll trade. But the blood grenade thrown over. And Miero's going to try and TP out. Do they have the extra
mana.
damage? No, they don't. And he'll get back to base. But Toronto Tokyo under the tower. Jumped up by Pure. Has that extra shield. But eventually falls to Ketome.
Very nice timing from Aurora. They immediately went on to Night Stalker. What's it slightly earlier timing against Phantom Assassin?
Might want to push it for save. They do a Mira off to the side. Snowball all the way in. And the calling is down, but the damage from Lifestealer definitely very hefty. Infests into this Tusk, so gives him a little bit more life. And now starting to run away, but has Panto off to the side. Will eat some tower shots. Pop out of the Infest. Shards are on the money. Ball lightning in for Kiyotaka. And Miero's going to die to the Tame the Beast from Panto. good moves here from Aurora early on.
Second time GPK trying to make a move on Kunkka. Toronto Tokyo is level 6, relatively tanky.
Relatively, but there's the ghost ship. Ice Path calling down. Ravage used. And the Wheel of Wonder is here. Tame the Beast. Can they jump over to Toronto Tokyo? Yes, they can. Pure will get the kill.
They didn't have enough. Good Ravage.
Kiyotaka struggles early. I mean, he has evened up with GPK, was ahead for a little bit as well. They're going to TP in the arrow. They've got 4 heroes here, and all of a sudden, this is a problem here for the Storm, as well as this Tusk. I mean, Mira's in too far. Kataomi gets a kill on a Kiyotaka, GPK on a Mira, and Panto again can only just watch, as that's the 3rd time in a row he's watching an ally fall. It'll be some time, but his lane's going not just as well as Pure's, but it definitely feels pretty good. This X is going to pull him back into the calling. The Ghost Ship is there. They've got the Ice Path, but don't quite have the damage. Toronto Tokyo shows up, and with the Gush, the Snowball, and Kiyotaka ball lightning in, they're able to get the kill to Kataomi and take the Jakiro.
To Tokyo. Very close to pipe, his big item. It seems like he wants to farm up as well. Wants to go for Aghanim Scepter. Thinks that this might be a slightly longer game. Pure
He's in trouble.
baited.
Panto getting that kill, and Pure, we just said they need to slow down this Phantom Assassin. Mira farming top, and he wants this Blink Dagger, something that allowed him to make a lot of big saves in game number 1.
Because he got that shard. It actually does allow you to get that Blink Dagger almost immediately after.
Kiyotaka. Ravage out. Can he survive through the calling? Still silenced. And now it's time for him to move forward onto this BetBoom Team lineup. Ball lightning in between all 4, but the Ice Path is there. Not sure whether or not he wants to fully commit, but Mira's here with some great shards, locking up Kataomi, and they should be able to get the kill to the Jakiro. They'll look over at Pure. He's in. Snowball, the silence from the arrow. They invest into this Kiyotaka Storm. The Ghost Ship lands. The dead shot's there, and they'll still go for more. Ball lightning a little bit far past this team, but more so looking for Pure. He wasn't with the team, he jumps away, but he's still dead to the Radiance Burn of Nightfall.
Kiyotaka really pushing the limits. That's what we said. There's gonna need to be communication between him and the Lifestealer.
Playing like he's on the edge of a fishing line as he goes out, reels himself back in.
Drum is a cooldown.
He has no help. Kataomi tries to TP out in front of Nightfall and is successful, but GPK, they still get to be funny. They still get to do their gags while they're silent. Jump in for the Lifestealer, but the Escape Act is there. That'll hold him at least over for a moment. Outside of the silence, he should be able to infest with the BKB pop by Kiyotaka, though. They'll go after GPK. The Wheel of Wonder is down. They've got the Gush for the extra minus armor, and they'll get the kill on a GPK and look for another one to Kataomi. Jakiro is dead, a second one gone. Ball lightning in, no mana left here though on a Kiyotaka. He's in too far, but the Snowball saved for a second. The Ravage is out, but Pure pops the BKB. Mira falls forward, dead on the side of BetBoom Team. They'll look after Mira, but save. Even though he's pierced the veil, he looks like he's dead to rights anyway. They'll focus their attention on a Pure instead. They've got themselves a 4th. Lifestealer burning save down. One more click needed, but the burn will be too much, and it's a full team wipe for Aurora. And a lot of kills here for Nightfall.
They sacrifice Kiyotaka. Not much he can do.
No, not yet. Now I question, and I'll wait for this potential fight to go through, because they're going to jump on a Kiyotaka, but he's got the BKB. He goes into the Vortex. They look for the Wheel of Wonder. Pierre's going to jump out of the low grounds towards Kataomi and GPK. But with the BKB still going for Kiyotaka, now done, he needs to be a little bit careful. Ice Path, they're not going to care for it because they've got that rage. They'll infest in a Kiyotaka, and on the bottom side of the river, they've got the shards around this Huerta. They should be able to get a kill there on a save, but they're looking for GPK. Ball lightning, no more mana for Kiyotaka, so he won't be able to catch up to this Kunkka.
Let's see. That's
Pure looking
damage
for
from
Ags,
Divine Rapier.
and he'll get this kill. Oof. And maybe a +1 Panto there, but Nightfall, he comes in. Nero forced to pop that ult.
Haste.
Toronto Tokyo's nearby. Haste on Nightfall. start to retreat, but the ball lightning in with the spotlight. They're going to go for this Muerta. Ice Path is down, but it doesn't matter. Nightfall's on a godlike spree. They go in, they find the Ravage. Pierre's going to be in trouble. He's dead. Divine Rapier on the deck, picked up by Nightfall. GG is called. Aurora take the 2-0 over BetBoom Team. Just like that.
What a performance from the Nightfall. Like 2 of these games ending immediately as soon as Pierre loses Divine Rapier, the game is pretty much cooked. And Aurora, they get the revenge after what happened.
They were just so much better. I don't know. There's no words to describe it. It's the better team.
Yeah, and look, I'll give credit to Toronto Tokyo as well. He had a bit of a rough start in the lane, and he was able to come back, be super useful.